Creepy Cutie Crafty.
Hello and welcome back again to Creepy Cutie Crafty. Welcome back to yet another crafting video. Let's see if you can work out what we're going to be doing this week. This is your big clue right here. I'm going to be returning once again to some egg tempera. If you've seen our previous videos, you'll know that I've had a couple of goes at this and it's worked out fairly well, but I'll keep saying that I'm going to come back and have a go at doing an illuminated letter. If you don't know what an illuminated letter is, I'll put some examples up on the screen here as if by magic. But basically, they are very highly decorated letters that go into old manuscripts and books of hours, which were like little prayer books that people used to carry around with them if they were rich enough, obviously. They're beautifully done. They're very, very highly decorative, and I think I want to give it a go. I was thinking for ages about what I should actually try and make. I was thinking, oh, should I do a page of a monster book? I'm going to do 2 C's for the initials of Creepy Cutie Crafty. I'm going to do one that's cute and one that's creepy. Although, going by my personal history, the one that's meant to be cute is going to come out creepy, and the one that's meant to be creepy is going to come out cute. Let me know, have you had a go at doing egg tempera yourself? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Any ideas about what I could do with egg tempera in the future would also be very welcome. And whilst you're there, obviously please like and subscribe, and if you could tell all of your friends about my lovely little channel, that would be very helpful, just to help my little channel to grow. Now, I'm not going to show the whole mixing of the egg tempera this time because I've done it a couple of times before. All I'll say is that you need to separate the egg white and the egg yolk and then squeeze the yellow goodness out of the egg yolk. You can see how to do that on one of my previous videos. But you need to mix 3 parts water to 1 part egg to get this kind of mix just there. And then you also add in a dash of distilled vinegar, white vinegar, you can see just there. That's basically to stop the egg yolk from rotting and getting all stinky. In the ancient paintings that you'll see on church walls and things, they used to add perfumed herbs or other things to make it smell nice, because in a church it's going to get hot, so it's going to get a bit stinky. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling and I'm going to get on with it. Right, just on screen now, you can see I've got some paper. This is parchment paper, so it's slightly more fancy than usual. It's a bit thicker than usual. And as if by magic, I've already got the area for the 2 C's marked out. I've done them quite big. I want to get quite a bit of detail in there. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to do them side by side. I'm going to mark on the top. This one is going to be creepy, and this one is going to be cute. I'm going to start with the creepy one. I'm going to move the egg mix over there, and I've got this on here so I can catch any drips and dribbles. And I'm going to be using one of these. This is like a medicine dropper. I'm going to use it to scoop out the egg yolk into the palette, but I'm not going to use it to use medicine afterwards because that would not be nice. I'm going to mark out where the C is going to be. I've done the pencil lines, but I'm going to lighten them up now so that they don't show too much through the egg tempera. There we go. I need to work out what kind of colours I want to use for this one. Because I'm making the paints for myself as I'm going along, I need to make sure that I plan in advance which paints I'm going to be using. So, I have chocolate brown, I have chameleon green, wineberry red, raspberry red, iris purple, amethyst purple, pearl white, lettuce green, and space grey. Now the thing is, with these Arteza mica powders, you don't get a black, so I'm going to be using a different black later to give definition to this. I'm going to start with the grey and a couple of the reds, just to mark out the C itself. I'm not going to do a huge amount at once because this stuff does tend to dry very quickly. If you go onto the Arteza website, you can see what the price is for yourself, but for this box of 35 colours, I'll put the price up on the screen now. back in the day when you had all these great masters who created artworks out of egg tempera, there would always be somebody there to mix the paints for them or to grind them down. That used to be one of the first jobs of the apprentices that they had, was learning to mix the paints. But there were certain paints that only a few people were allowed to touch because they were so expensive. Anyway, let's see how we go with this. Yeah, you have to use more dips of the brush to get this to work. I didn't notice that last time because last time I made a pattern, but this time, yeah, you need to dip more to get the spread. Every time it starts to get a little bit dry, add a little more egg yolk in there and it just loosens it all up again. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but that's fine. Now for some of the other colours. I'm going to go for this lettuce green for a nice toxic pop of colour. This time I'm not going to use a stirring stick, I'll just use the brush. It's a problem, you have to keep mixing it up fairly often because otherwise the mica powder sinks to the bottom and the egg vinegar mix floats to the top. So you wind up just painting your thing with just egg yolk. It ain't that pretty. Just doing a little drop of raspberry jam. Yes, that's right, it is raspberry jam and nothing else. Trying out some chameleon green. Interesting colour, it's sort of greenish, orangey, changeable colour. I'm going to use some pearl white to add some highlights and things. I'm going to let that dry and then come back and do the cute one. I'm going to add some more black outlines and things to this one to make it a bit more defined as well. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back again. I've had some time to let this dry. It seems fairly nice. It's a little bit rippled, but I can put it under a book or something and make it go flat. And now for the cute side. So as you can see with my drawing there, I've tried to make it sort of puffy and sweet and innocent and all those lovely things. I'm going to go more for the sort of pastel pinky bubble bath pink, or light gold, or some of the paler blues. I'm going to start with colouring in the sea with a pale pink tone. I'm going to rub out some of the heavier lines here because this is going to be a light colour, so I don't want it to be showing through too much. And I think I'm going to start with... I think I'm going to go with Ballerina Glow because it's got slightly more of a pink shade to it, so it's going to be a bit more noticeable. And now for the egg mix. I have stirred this already. You can see from the surface, it is quite rough. It's very textured. If I'd have ground down the Arteza powders, maybe it would have been smoother, but you can understand why they might have varnished their paintings just to reduce that interference. It's a weird kind of painting because you're not painting on, you're sort of spreading the powder as much as possible. Going to do the main body of the sea here in Bubble Bath Pink. That is very pink. What I'm planning to do is do some patterns in the background, then add some more detail to the sea itself, then maybe do some flowers. Then add some strawberry red as shading to the bottom sides of the sea here. Now with this one, I'm going to try and do very, very thin lines on the bottoms here to do the shading, because you can't blend a darker colour onto a lighter colour to create the shade. So I'm going to use one of my finer brushes and see how we go. Back in the day when they were making these manuscripts, they wouldn't have had these bright lights. They might not have had as fine brushes as these, and they certainly wouldn't have had the glasses that I'm wearing. So how they managed to get the shading as fine and detailed as they did is flipping amazing, really, isn't it? So let's add some colour. So I'm just going to do some basic flower shapes, nothing too fancy. Use some of this light gold just to create a few little dots here and there. And I think the final colour I'm going to do is a little bit of black, but I don't have any black in the Arteza set. I do have ordinary black acrylic paint, but as I've got it, why not use my black 3.0 again? If you've got any ideas of what I can use my black 3.0 on, please let me know. Once again, that is black 3.0 from Culture Hustle. And I'm done. What do you think of those then? I think I'm quite pleased with how the creepy one turned out. The cute one, I'm not so sure. But then again, I'm not very comfortable doing cute stuff. I think if I did it again, I would cut these pieces of paper out before I did it so I could work on them separately, because I wound up leaning a little bit on this one. Overall, I think it's worked really well. It's definitely something worth trying. If you've got some paint pigments or some mica pigments at home, because I know some people use them for resin crafting and things like that, I would say give this a try. It's a bit weird, but overall the effects are really nice, and as you can see, it is kind of luminous and shiny. I should probably have stuck the paper down before I started painting, otherwise I wouldn't have got this rippled effect on it. I will do a scanning of the finished images and I'll post them onto the screen now. Let me know what you think of the finished images. Which one do you think is more successful, the creepy one or the cute one? What do you think I should have done on them that would have been different? I welcome any ideas. I think I would like to revisit this sometime in the future. I'm thinking maybe of doing something like a memento mori. Any ideas for future projects or future videos? I'd also be very interested to know. Whilst you're there, remember to like and subscribe. If you've had a go at this art yourself, please tag me into pictures on Instagram or on Facebook. The links are in the description box down below. I've really enjoyed this, and I definitely want to try it again, but maybe not trying so much with the cube. The Squinks came down a little while ago and she saw this and she said, "Is that intestines?" Which to me suggests that maybe I still haven't quite got the handle on doing cute stuff. I think that may be actually quite accurate. Oh well. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!